Blessings, good evening to you all. We'll begin with some quiet meditation. So please find a comfortable posture and sit up straight so you're putting energy into your posture. And bring attention to your body, your mind as it is right here, right now, wherever you are. And maybe begin by placing attention at the top of your head and moving slowly down through the body as you get to know how your body feels from the inside out. Noticing any pain, but also noticing neutral feelings where you can sense something but there's no particular pleasure or pain. And also noticing if you feel quite comfortable. Noticing the feeling of the air outside on your skin. Hot or cold. Noticing your clothing, the feeling of your body, the weight of your body on the floor or the seat. Usually we begin by practicing mindfulness of breathing, anapanasati, mindfulness of the in and out breath. But for a change today, I'll talk a little bit about contemplation of the physical body, what we call rupa dhamma. Rupa means form, material form. If you ever come to a monastery, you might see people bow to a Buddha rupa. So that's the statue of the Buddha, a physical representation of the Buddha. But this whole body, the physical part of our human being, is called rupa dhamma. Dhamma just means thing or phenomena. Rupa means physical phenomena, as opposed to nama dhamma, which is the mind, mentality. So rupa dhamma, the Buddha divided up into 32 parts, 4 elements. The 4 elements: earth, water, air, fire or temperature. 32 parts are more familiar. They're the different body parts that this body is composed of. And Luang Por Chah used to begin teaching body contemplation, as most teachers do, encouraging us to focus on the external body parts. So that begins with those parts that you can see, that you feel or sense on the outside. So that begins with what we call kesa, which means hair of the head. So literally bring your attention up to the top of your head, your internal quality of knowing. Establish it at the top of your head right now. And maybe quietly recite the word kesa, 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 or hair of the head, hair of the head, hair of the head. Or you may visualize it together with that. So as you're putting your mind's attention at the top of your head, start to visualize the hair of the head as you remember it. So you could visualize the whole lot If you're like me, you're a monk, you have a freshly shaven head because it's Uposatha day. So there's not much there, but you might remember what it looks like even if it's quite short. Remember the colour, the shape of your hair currently, the style, but roughly how long it is. And imagine or visualize a bunch of hair sitting on your head, whether you're light brown, dark brown, black, blonde, ginger, whatever. What does a group of hair together look like? What does an individual hair look like? Imagine an individual hair coming out of your skin on top of your head. What does that look like from your memory? It comes out from the pore of the skin, and little by little, almost invisibly, it's growing. So usually hair grows with time. It's made up of dead cells coming out of the bloodstream. So one individual hair, what does that look like? The colour, the length. Imagine that hair fell off from your head. If it falls into food, maybe you become repulsed by that food because it has a hair in it, especially if it's someone else's hair. If it falls on your clothing and you notice it, maybe you would want to pick it off. Once it comes off your hair, off your head, you treat hair as rubbish, to be thrown away, swept away. So already just focusing your attention on one single part of this body, the hair, a single hair, visualizing it, cultivating wise reflection towards the hair as a theme or as an object. Very obvious truths are becoming apparent. Your hair is impermanent, keeps growing, eventually it falls out or we cut it. Hair can be unpleasant when it gets dirty, greasy, dusty, smelly. Hair is not self. Once it leaves this body, there's definitely no sense of ownership. It's gone. You don't seek to reclaim it or stick it back on top of your head. It's not a person or a being. Hair is made up primarily of the earth element. All the elements are there as well, but the primary one is the earth element. So you can touch hair and feel the hardness of the earth element. As you reflect like this, you notice that the sense of self starts to fade. And you're just noticing a part of this body, the hair of the head, with much less self-identification. Just knowing it, visualizing it, perhaps you can feel it, but with the sense this is something that is impermanent. Eventually it leaves the body and it's not self. And you can practice in the same way towards what we call hair of the body, loma, kesa, loma. Again, you might think of the hair on your arm, for example. If you have hairs, you've seen them on your arm before, what do they look like? They're a bit thinner than on the hair on your head. Maybe they're softer, wispier, maybe even a different color. Some people, especially when they're young, the hair on their arms, say, is different from their hair on the head. Different color. But it's the same thing. You can feel it because it's got the earth element. Gradually it grows. Sometimes it falls out. Sometimes we pull it out. It gets damaged. It's impermanent. It's not self. If you pull out a hair from your arm or any other part of your body, you don't claim that as you or yourself anymore. It's gone. It's just something to be discarded. Even if you're seeing many hairs on your arm or another part of your body, each hair is the same. It's impermanent, it's not self. Like other parts of the body, if you don't wash or bathe, then gradually it becomes dirty, greasy, dusty, smelly. Nails are the same. The Buddha's word is nakha. Fingernails, toenails. And we have to clean them, cut them because they are growing. Again, dead cells piling up at the end of our fingers, the end of our toes. Nakha is just dead cells. So it's mainly the earth element again. They trap dirt under them, so we're always having to clean under our fingernails. Sooner or later we cut them, shape them. When a nail falls off again, if it falls into your food, you wouldn't want it. We tend to throw nails away once we've cut them. We see them as rubbish. We don't see them as self. And that's their nature. It's just part of the earth element. The same with teeth, danta. The word is even similar to dentist, danta. You can see some of the linguistic trail from ancient India right through to Europe. Danta means teeth. Teeth, again, are dead cells, otherwise they would hurt if you touch them or ate food. Inside there's the blood vessels and the connection to the rest of the body, but the external shell of teeth is hard, so you can eat food, chew, and it doesn't hurt normally. Imagine, if you can, remember what a tooth looks like. Rarely does a tooth look perfect. If you look closely, it has stains on it, has changing colour. Sometimes we try to whiten our teeth to make them look better, or straighten them when they're crooked. It's just another part of the earth element. When you're a child, all your teeth fall out for one round, and then you get new second round teeth. So you might remember what they look like when they fell out. You have a root, and you have the end, and they're hard, shiny, but they're not self. They're just teeth. And the last of the main external body parts is skin, tacho. So home in on a part of the skin on the surface of your body. And what does skin look like? It's like little cells of skin joined together, little pieces or segments to form, we say, like a sealed bag which keeps everything on the inside protected. But the outside layer of skin is dead cells. Otherwise it would be very painful. So when you have a cut, an opening in your skin, it tends to be painful because all the nerves are exposed. And it's dangerous because infection can go into your body. So skin has a very important function, but it's impermanent, it's unsatisfactory, it's not self, doesn't last. We don't like it when we shed skin like dandruff, or when you get sunburnt, you get dry skin flaking off, or if you have some kind of skin disease and your skin's flaking off. It's unpleasant. We try to hide it or get rid of it. But skin is not self. It's the earth element combined with the water element mainly. Again, if you don't wash it, it becomes dirty, smelly. As you get older, it changes, doesn't look so good, it becomes saggy, wrinkled, changes colour, can become pale. Doesn't look as good as when you're a child. So these simple meditations on the body, you can recite the word in Pali or English over and over again for a particular body part. You can visualize it, you can put your inner attention onto that body part somewhere around your body. And you can also contemplate anicca, dukkha, anatta, impermanent, unsatisfactory, not self. So for now, I'll just leave the meditation there. Maybe you can pick it up and try it again another time.